Now it's December, which means the holiday seasons are coming up. It's Christmas soon, and I'm sure every single one of you is looking forward to what your friends, your family is gonna get for you. And as cyclists, we are obviously so spoiled with choices, with everything being so expensive. What are the things that you can get? Or if you are someone who is getting something for a cyclist, what are some stuff you can get for him slash her slash whatever other pronouns there are right now. Now here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you certain gifts that you can get for your partner slash friend slash whatever. We're gonna call them cycling friends, okay? So we're gonna tell you certain things that you can give to your cycling friends at different price points, such as what? Let me think. Below 20, below 50, and below 100. So what are the options that you have? So starting off with our less than $20 price list, the very first item is actually Biden bottles or water bottles, also the same name, right? So why do I say water bottles? Technically, it's kind of a disposable item where you use it a while, it gets nasty, you throw it away. Although I admit I am a criminal for using the same water bottle for the past 2 to 3 years, and I don't really want to change it because I feel it's very wasted. And I have like 6 bottles lying around somewhere. But it's definitely a nice thing to get for your cycling friends because it's less than $12 I think. And even if the more expensive ones, I think it's like $15 ish. So technically it's still well within the $20 budget, and you can get it for anyone and they would be satisfied with it. Now the next item on the $20 list is actually inner tubes. Now there are many varieties of inner tubes out there, be it butyl, latex, TPU, and they are all within like less than $20. I think TPU right now is costing about 14 to 18-ish, so you can actually get TPU tubes for a reasonable price. And if you are looking at latex, you can get I think it's $10 a piece right now, so you can get an entire set for $20. New inner tubes can always be a good spare for any of your friends, and I mean, who wouldn't want spare inner tubes? It saves them time from having to go out and buy it themselves. So you're actually like not only giving them a new gift, you're not only letting them try new technology, but you're also saving their time. So it's like 3 in 1. So inner tubes is a second option that you can give someone within the $20 budget. Now another option within the $20 range is actually cycling socks. Now if you are having friends who only wear black or white or whatever dull colors, then obviously go and get them a dull colored sock. But if you have friends who are gonna wear pink jerseys, white bottoms, what else, yellow shoes or something like that, something quirky, then go and get them a very quirky sock. I don't know, like some smiley face or something. It is still well within the $20 budget, and you can maybe even get them 2 pairs or 3. And socks are a wearable item, it's gonna wear off. So just give them like put it in their arsenal and their cupboard, and so that if any of their old socks spoil, at least they have a new one to use. Now let's move on to the less than $50 price range. Now obviously with $50 you have more money to play with, you can buy more stuff for your cycling friends. And I think the very first thing that comes to mind when you're gonna spend about 50-ish is getting a good pair of front and rear lights. Now why do I say this? Having a good pair of front and rear lights actually allows you to be able to be seen on the road. And if you can be seen, you won't die. And if you don't die, you don't die. Yeah, that's essentially it. So having a good pair of lights will actually save your life theoretically. And I always believe that you can't put a price on safety. So although I just placed a $50 price tag on getting safe, but you get what I mean, right? So the second thing that is actually on this $50 price range thing that you can buy is new bar tapes. Now, like a personal bar tape that I used before is either Supercast or Arundel bar tapes, and they cost like within $30 to $45 depending on which shop you go to, and that is still within the $50 price range. And a lot of people don't really want to change bar tapes because the bar tapes on their bike look good, although it has already been like a year that the bar tape has been on there, and it's a bit nasty if you think about it. All your sweat goes into the bar tape and it accumulates, and after a year of sweat you don't even know whether there's any corrosion inside, and all those are just excuses for you to go and change, for you to not change your bar tape because it just looks nice. So as a good cycling friend buying a gift for your cycling friend, go and get them new bar tape so that they can go and change and they wouldn't like have to spend that 40 something dollars on a new bar tape. Now $50, this is a bit of a shock to me because I only like after I started to go and research what stuff that you could get, I only remembered that I got my Lifeline torque wrench at less than 50, and I think it's a very good investment for anybody that has to deal with their bikes at home. Now you need a torque wrench for a lot of different bolts on your bikes, and especially since you're paying like what 5,000 plus for a carbon fiber bike with everything, your group set, wheels and everything, you obviously need a torque wrench to go and actually try and make sure that you don't break it or don't like break the tolerance of the frame. So having a torque wrench, you at least know which Newton meter you are trying to like torque it to so that nothing snaps. And Lifeline torque wrench is well below the $50 price range, or maybe it's like just nice $50. I can't remember. The price will be somewhere on the screen. And it's a very good investment for any cyclist that has to do any bike stuff like fixing on their own at home. Now this is where things get a bit more pricey. This is where you are gonna splurge the most money that you can have, aka $100, on a cycling friend. Now this guy, right, that you're gonna buy the present for better either be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your fiance, or like I don't know lah, somebody very close to you, because you're gonna spend $100 on this fella. Like, remember that unless you really love this cycling friend and he's like your best friend, he's like the guy that you can trust to drive 0.05 mm away from his back wheel, yeah, then you go and spend this $100 for this guy. Now what are the stuff that you can actually get? You can get him a new pump, a new floor pump, which costs what, 80 to 100 plus. I think any tubeless pumps would be over $100, and if you're willing to spend over $100, why not? Especially since many people are now jumping to the world of tubeless tires. A lot of things you can get for them would be maybe bar bags, saddle bags. I know Rafa bar bags are like $80, and it's very nice to have like just an additional compartment in front of you. And if you know that your friend always goes to Malaysia to backpack, or to go Bintan, Batam, wherever they go backpacking, they need a bar bag, because it's additional storage space, and it's actually very nice to have as well, especially even in Singapore if you're having a commuter bike. So a bar bag at about $80 to $100 comes in many colors for Rafa, and it's very nice. Now $100 really is quite a lot of money, and there are many things that you can buy out in the market, and you can even buy stuff that starts to become electronic. Like, although I told you about a hand pump or a floor pump that you could get for about $80 to $100 for tubeless tires, you can also get electric pumps. Mini pumps such as the Fumpa pump or the Sig Plus pump, all these kind of pumps that you can buy for like less than $100. It's good to have, although it only charges like 2 tires or 3 tires up to 100 psi, but like, it's good to have. Why not? And it's quite a quirky item, and it's so small, it's like, yeah, so small and it's so cute. How about new tires? Yes, although $100 can only get you one GP5K theoretically, you can get another friend who really loves your this cycling friend as well, and the two of you can come together and pay $200 for a set of tires. Be it GP5K, Vittoria Corsa Pro, whatever tires that you want, it all costs within about $60 to $90 range. Still below $100, although you can only buy one if you're like the only person buying for this guy. But he can always buy the other side himself. Or maybe you can always opt for a cheaper tire and buy two, and it's still within the $100 range. Now, as you can see, there are many things that you can buy for people within the $20, $50 and $100 price range. Now, what would you actually go and buy for your friend is really up to you and up to what your friend needs. Now, he may not need cycling socks, he may not need lights, he may not need bar tips, but he might need something else. Maybe like some degreaser, some bike cleaner, some disc rotors. There's always things that you can get for your friend, and these are just some suggestions that I have that many people would be happy to get. Like, regardless whether they have it or not, these are foolproof, idiot-proof stuff that you can get for your cycling friend. Now, Christmas is coming up. Remember to go and share this video. Maybe, may or may not, try to hint to them that you want any of these products. And you can even like, you know, like copy paste the timestamp, send it to them and be like, hey, I want this Berg cycling bar tape. Hey, I want this new light. You know, you can always get your friends to hint and like buy stuff for you. Now, since I have already talked about all the products that I think people would want, what are certain stuff that you think that other people would want within this certain price range? You can just go and comment down below, and same few formats, 20, 50 and 100. And if you feel ambitious and like want to hint more to your friends that you want something more than 100, like a Silka frame pump or something like that, type in below and go and share the video to them, so that pray that they can see your comment and they will buy that Silka frame pump for you. Speaking of which, if anybody want to buy a Silka frame pump for me, feel free to send it to me. I don't mind a Silka frame pump. Silka frame pumps are nice. Once again, that's all for this video. Obviously, there are many things that you can buy for your friends, as I said just now. So remember to go and subscribe and go and like the video, go and share, because that's probably your free Christmas present for me. And yes, you don't have to pay a single cent for that. So if you think about it, it's less than $0.